So congratulations on the movie.
Thanks.
It's great to see female writers and director behind a horror film for once.
Yes. Rare.
Yes. Was it important for you guys to show real women and the current issues they face in a sorority compared to, your stereotypical or caricature versions that we often see in films?
Yeah, I think there are far too many, unfortunately, examples of horror movies where the female characters are delegated to being victims, and very passive ones at that. So it was really exciting to be part of sort of a Trojan horse horror movie where on the outside it's a Christmas slasher, but on the inside there's an exploration of female friendship and a really important social message that throws fraternity culture in America under the microscope.
Oh, great answer, by the way.
Cool.
One scene in the movie, Riley and her friends get up and perform a satirical version of a Christmas song.
Yeah.
Why was that so important and pivotal in the movie?
The song itself was really interesting and exciting to do, and took quite a few rehearsals. But it very much felt like we are subverting the moment, the idea of the talent show in America, and that being the women in little sexy Santa costumes getting up and doing a little dance, but actually the message was very much that of a war cry, and to an unsuspecting audience made up of frat boys.
Now, we've got to talk about the killer's mask. I read that it was modelled off a medieval torture device called Scold's Bridle, which I have Googled, and it's quite frightening that that was ever actually a real thing. What was your reaction the first time you saw the mask?
Yeah, it was really, and of course the point of that mask was to silence women. So yeah, it was really, really well crafted by Sophia, our director. That was actually her idea to have that mask. It's really shocking, it's really intense, because that's also the kind of archetype we've seen throughout history of the hooded figure and the kind of menace, the villain, and even the silhouette of that is such a kind of trope of horror movies in that way that it was actually quite scary to look at. But on the other hand, you'd sort of just see Black Mask just like having a latte in the corner of sets, and that was sort of strange. This lovely man called Johnny was Black Mask, and yeah, off camera he was just chilling.
Aleyse didn't have to go through hair and makeup for that character.
Well, he did. This is, the shocking thing is he was in the chair longer than any of us. He had like a whole thing going on, and yeah, it was intense.
So what kind of Christmas person are you? Are you the type of person that, it's November, I've got to get the Christmas tree up, I want to sing Christmas carols all year round? Or are you the type of person that says, it's November, what are you doing with the Christmas tree up so early? Can we just, wait a minute?
Well, I feel like my experience being a Poots of Christmas is sort of like things, like the Christmas tree goes up, but the next day it's sort of like fallen down and the whole house is flooded because there's too much water in the pot. But I really like Christmas because it means that I can be with my family, and I think it's a really wonderful time of year. Even though there's a lot going on right now before the Christmas time. This month will be very telling. But no, I'm outside of that very excited for Christmas tree time.
Oh, sounds good. Well, finally, before we wrap, what was it like filming in New Zealand for you?
It was amazing filming in New Zealand. I absolutely loved it. I found the people there incredible. It's the most eco-friendly place I've ever been in my life. There was not a single plastic water bottle on our film set, and that was down to the New Zealand crew. I found the landscape extraordinary. I mean, we'd be driving in this van to set every day, and you'd just be looking at lakes and mountains, and I was staying in a place called Oamaru, and then Otamatata, a place called Dunedin, so we really got to bounce around and see a lot of New Zealand. But yeah, I was totally blown away by it.
Yeah, sounds amazing. You'll have to go back there.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey!